is sponsored by the Community Foundation of the Holland Zeeland area. Their mission is to ensure the community thrives today, tomorrow, and forever. One way to do that is by inspiring your charitable giving and estate planning. Colleen Hill is the Vice President of Development and Donor Services, here to talk about leaving a lasting legacy for your family and the community. Hi, good to see you, Colleen.
Hi, thank you for having me.
What does it mean to leave a charitable legacy? What is that?
Sure. So many members of our community wish to leave a gift to the community in their will or trust. And so the Community Foundation likes to come alongside them. We work with their professional advisors often, and in partnership we'll help them develop a charitable plan for their giving beyond their lifetime. Our goal is to help donors achieve their charitable goals so that the community can thrive today, tomorrow, and forever. And we do that both during lifetime and beyond.
So what does all of that planning look like?
Sure. Well, often it just starts with a conversation. So usually a donor is introduced to us. Either they walk through the door, they're welcome to do that, but oftentimes it comes as a referral from their professional advisor. We work very closely with estate planning attorneys, CPAs, or financial planners. And it's usually come out of a conversation there where the donor is saying, or the individual is saying, I think I want to leave a gift to charity, but they don't often know exactly what that's going to look like. And so we usually start that conversation with them. And it just goes to, what is the impact that you want to make in the world? What is it that you're trying to create? Because oftentimes for people, the gift that they leave beyond their lifetime is sometimes the biggest gift that they've ever even given during their lifetime.
So give me some examples.
Sure. So the number one question that we always get that is how much? How much should I leave to charity? And so, there is no single answer to that question. It often has to do with what assets the person has and what their family makeup looks like, how much they want to leave to their children, which usually is one of those questions. So I want to support my children, but I also want to leave a gift to charity. How much? And so we just introduce concepts to spark the conversation. So that might be a child called charity. So perhaps you've got, it's a couple that we're meeting with and they've got 2 children and they would be leaving 50% to each of their children. Well, maybe leave 1/3 to each of your children and adopt a child named Charity. And then let's talk about what that looks like, what that child named Charity is. Another concept that's just very common in this area is tithing throughout your lifetime. So giving 10% to either your church or your community. So we talk about tithing beyond your lifetime, estate tithing. So considering 10% of your charitable estate to give back to the community in some way that's close to your heart, that leaves a legacy. And finally, we will also work with the professional advisor to just look at the makeup of an individual or couple or family's assets. So there might be an asset that's more or less tax advantageous for them to leave to charity. And so we'll talk about what's a specific asset that you could give to charity that will ease the tax burden and maybe make the transfer of assets easier for your family and also help you impact your community.
Talk a bit about the benefits of making choices like this, both for the individual to leave that legacy, but for the greater community as well.
So many ways. So, combining your estate and financial planning with charitable planning, one, it eases the burden on your family of what's going to happen beyond your lifetime, but also it can preserve a family legacy. It'll have a great impact on the community, potentially forever, depending on how you structure that gift. And it can also pass on your values to your family. So you could potentially, work with the Community Foundation to establish a fund where your family continues to advise on your charitable giving beyond your lifetime.
All right, folks, if you would like more information, you can call the number that you see there on your screen or visit cfhz.org. Connect with Colleen and talk about how you too can leave a lasting legacy. Colleen, thanks.
Thank you.